"Look," Paladin said to his mother, "a book with Grandpa's handwriting. Oh my, who would have known your grandpa was a writer? And the name, Tales of the Horror! Ha ha ha! You're dark and sinister, Grandpa." They both laughed. Grandpa had been the funniest man alive, always cheerful and friendly. The only moment Paladin had seen him sad was the weeks after Grandma left him. He sat down by the desk and started reading while his mother kept organizing the old things in the attic. They would have to make a lot of trips out there in the coming weeks. A lot of things had been piling up through a long life. The first story was about a young man. It was a dark story, about how he murdered his little brother. Awesome, Paladin thought. He had always loved horror stories. He wished he'd known about this when his grandfather was still alive. They would have so much more to talk about. The next story was about a young woman bathing in the river. Someone was watching her from the shadows of the trees, lurking, waiting, sneaking towards her as she was drying her naked body with a shirt, the knife cutting her skin. She was left floating face down in the river, the water flowing red. He kept reading. One story was about a man who murdered a neighbor's kid, lured him into his car with candy, drove him out into the countryside. Another about one who killed his wife, so beautiful, so gentle. He had murdered her because of her loving ways, because he wanted to destroy a wonderful part of the world. He buried her in the garden by an apple tree. He had put a little stone on the grave to remind him of the delicious, morbid murder. The apples hadn't tasted the same since. The murderer loved to give them to his grandson, thinking he was eating his grandma. Paladin walked down the stairs, looked out of the window, stood there for a while. "Where are you going with that shovel?" his mother asked, carrying some boxes out to the car. He didn't answer. He dug and he dug as the pile of dirt grew bigger, the hole deeper. He struck something hard, crispy. He dug slower, more carefully. He could see something yellowish and round. He pulled it out of the dirt. A skull. His grandmother hadn't left at all.